Have you ever heard of the general systems theory? It's about balance. In any system, any given system, all systems tend to chaos and to balance. So that means that if I have to control my anger in a certain situation, I need to compensate that in other situations and I need to let steam off. Best way to handle that is physical exercise. You can either go boxing if you want to do contact sports or whatever, martial arts, or weight training, or walking in a park, in an open area. Really long walks with distant viewing where you can have, let's say, peaceful views, and breathing. Have you done any breathing training, breathing school? Check out YouTube, breathing exercises for relaxing, activating, and deactivating. It works. What sometimes people don't realize that air, oxygen, the way we breathe has an extremely powerful influence on our moods. We can activate anger through breathing and through exercises, and we can deactivate or de-escalate the anger spiral. A way to activate it, you see it in boxing matches and football games where they hug and they all get see, that's how you produce it. Now, how can you reduce it? People say, no, you have to slow it down. I said, no, depending on the person, a person can either flip it on or flip it off. Some people, we need a pre-activation in order to let it go. One of the things that I also tell my clients when we talk about anger management is when you're really pissed off, get really tense and then intentionally, deliberately let it go. That's also in order to prevent it from building up. It's like tension. You build up the tension, and if you don't relieve the tension, which is something that happens at work, the tension builds up and you have to control it all the time. And then it gets you, it catches you off guard, off duty. It's boom, it's there immediately. If you learn how to de-escalate it, how to manage it, it will work. Does it happen before work or after work? You get up, so you don't get a lot of sleep. There's another trigger for anger. When you don't sleep enough, you're extremely irritable. See what I meant when I said when we identify when, we can find out why and how to counteract it. That means that if you can't change the hours of sleep that you get, we can work on being less irritable. That means that first thing in the morning, when you get up and you haven't slept a lot, do you do some push-ups or do you have a morning exercise routine? 5 push-ups and then some breathing exercises. Breathing exercises help us to counteract the lack of sleep, the lack of rest. Sometimes when we sleep, especially when it's short times and you're dead tired, you go to sleep, but subconsciously you know that you're not going to rest very well, so you actually don't really rest. That means that when you get up in the morning, you're not only tired, you're tired and, excuse my French, you're pissed because you didn't sleep enough. Human nature. I'm pissed because I didn't sleep. I'm tired. I'm also pissed because I didn't sleep for work and I have to go to work. So we start already angry. We start the day angry. That's something that we have to counteract. That means when you wake up, cup of coffee, enjoy that first coffee. Don't think about anything. If you want to do some push-ups, do them before the coffee. And then find I'm not going to say a quiet space and meditate. No, it's just find a space where there's no distractions and do some breathing exercises. Good. You do 25 and 5. Now, since you're doing 20, do those 5 for anger's sake. Let that anger out. Do it on purpose. Do it. It's those extra 5 push-ups. Think of them as your punching bag. Think of them of whatever, as your punishment, that you're punishing somebody else. Think of those 5 last push-ups, those 25 and 5, as that. Drink your coffee, pat yourself on your shoulder. Great job. Some breathing exercises. And if you can't find the time, go for a walk, 10, 15 minutes around the block or whatever. If you do that constantly, after 2-3 weeks, your life will have changed. But you have to go through the hassle of doing it at least 3 to 4 weeks. Now, another thing is, do you like to read? Do you like to study? After coffee, after breathing exercise, maybe walking, do you think you could find 15 to 30 minutes to sit down, either read or write a journal? Try it. See what comes out. That's my homework for this week.